Welcome back, everyone, to 98.3 Thunder and over to the KDAC YouTube channel for those watching on the live stream. Jerry Edwards with y'all today for Game 1 of our championship round in Region 3. LaMoure sitting one win away from going to the state tournament. South Border needing to pull off a couple of wins here today to move on to the state tournament themselves. And it's not like basketball. No regional play-in round. Got 8 regions, 8 spots in the tournament. And LaMoure looking to punch their ticket. They're going to be sending out Colby Thilges to the mound as we begin our CCJ Trucking pregame show. Providing dependable hauling across the United States and Canada. Let's get to our starting lineups brought to you by Bassett Motors. Starting off with the visitors, it'll be South Border. It'll be Blake Goebel, followed up by Caleb Koziak. Now, some changes in the lineup being made here. So, pitching will be Berkeley, France. Kind of interesting to see how all this ends up playing out in terms of, you know, the matchups that each manager is going to try to go for here. Obviously, Southport is really going to kind of put everything into winning this game. Very much just, again, the mindset you can't focus on winning the next game until you win this one. And that's the mindset Southport is going with. So they're throwing kind of what you would consider their ace pitcher out there. And it's going to be Blake Goebel, Caleb Koziak, Berkeley, France pitching, Cole Nitschke hitting in the cleanup spot at third base. Chase Martin at first, Colton Vetter in left field, Colter Mueller at DH, Trent Johnson second base, Connor Strobel center field, and Jay Goring in right field. For LaMoure, you got the two field justices leading off. You got Gunner in center, Colby on the mound, Ross Fredenberg at shortstop, Mason Workin at third base, Brady Hansen catching, Logan Potts left field, Joey Potts right field, Seth Irie at first base, and Colin Barnick at second base. So, talking about money players, and Colby Thilges is what we would call a money player. We saw it against South Border yesterday, where he makes a heads-up base running play going second to home on a slow ground ball to second base, where Chase Martin just didn't realize that Colby was coming around the way he was, and the throw was just late enough for Colby to steal a run. And then in that second inning, looked pedestrian at first, and then LaMoure loads the bases with 2 outs. And absolute last guy you want to see is a money player, and Colby, being that money player, hits the ball over the left field fence to blow the game wide open. And even though Trent Johnson kind of put things on lockdown, only giving up 1 run the rest of the way, the damage was done. And instead of any pressure being put on LaMoure, they were kind of able to operate free and easy. There was that moment, how was that, in the third inning? Might have been third or fourth inning, where Workin loaded up the bases, but ultimately able to wiggle off the hook. Workin had 14 strikeouts in that game, so very easy for him to work off said hook. But you get to that moment, and just Colby kind of won the game in the first few innings for LaMoure. Now send him to the mound, and again, you talk to LaMoure fans, and they will tell you, well, we don't necessarily have a dedicated ace. We have kind of 3 number ones. And that's the case, but there's always that one that you feel like, you got to hand the ball to in a certain situation to get the job done. And that would be Colby for my money, in terms of being that kind of money pitcher, money hitter, whatever you want to call it, money player. And he's going to be going today. Now, the question is, how much of the arm is there? Reported that after his kind of last start that he left that game kind of after 1 inning with a little bit of arm pain. Good news is for LaMoure is they have some pitchers that they can use in case Colby can't really get them deep into the game. You assume they're saving Gunner Thilges for the second game. And this is where winning that first game, and winning the first 2 games, I should say, come in real handy for LaMoure, is that the only pitcher they can't really use is Workin. Everybody else is good to go. So it's a little less strategizing having to go on. For South Border, they do have Koziak that can be used. He threw 72 pitches. The daily max is 120. So Koziak has 48 pitches left for those that don't want to do the math. So that's still a very effective reliever that you could have come in. But, South Border, they got to win this game. Berkeley, France, probably the guy that you'd say is the number one. It's at himself. Kind of maybe a little frustrating, you could say, offensive tournament in terms of he's hit the ball well. He's just made the unfortunate mistake of hitting the ball right where people are. And when I say unfortunate mistake, it's just the randomness of baseball. I've had runs where I've just hit the ball pedestrianly and have gone 3 for 3. I've had very, very, very few days where I've hit the ball absolutely perfectly, but some of those days where you have the, timing down, you hit the ball absolutely perfectly, you just hit it right to somebody. But France did have a big single in that win today over Carrington that drove in a run, so that's a big option to get them going. But you got kind of how this game's going to shake out here. So you got the two field just up top, Gunner and Colby, followed up by Ross Fredenberg at shortstop, Mason working at third base, Brady Hansen catching, Logan Potts at left, Joey Potts in right, Seth Irie at first base, and Colin Barnick at second. Barnick had to be replaced for the majority of that Southporter game. Reported blood blisters on his hand. Came back late in the game for a re-entering for the offensive purposes, but this is gonna be an interesting one. There was kind of I would say like LaMoure was viewed as a favorite. Everyone is very well aware of the baseball tradition LaMoure brings. They're very proud of their baseball program, both Legion and high school. Well, kind of how this new region was shaping up. Everyone kind of looked at Valley City as a potential team to keep an eye on, with them getting put down in this region, and kind of how they did with volleyball as well, where Valley City at times could have been a pesky team, but didn't have the talent to compete with the bigger schools. Kind of like they take that pesky approach that they had in volleyball and in baseball and turn it into wins. And Valley City, was the 3 seed in this region, but a team like Southporter kind of got overlooked a little bit. I think Southporter was viewed as a pretty good team. You just wondered how deep they were going to be. But they have proven that they have the pitching to be able to match up almost with anybody. They have the big stars up at the top in France and Nitschke to drive in those runs. They have players in front of them and behind them that can get on base to set up innings. The Southporter lineup, again, they have those two big names in France and Nitschke hitting 3 and 4. But the one thing that you can say is that really 1-2, you skip over 3-4, and then go, 5-9. So the gap in guys hitting 1-2 and maybe guys hitting 5-9 there ain't that much fall off. So it's a very kind of even keeled, consistent lineup in terms of there's not really a dead spot in the lineup. Now, the issue that happens sometimes with LaMoure when they have Colby out on the mound is the fielding at shortstop. That's kind of an issue for LaMoure when they lost that game to Valley City early in the year, was the middle of the infield defense. Valley City was throwing a no-hitter all the way to the 7th inning. Now, LaMoure had 5 runs, I think, in that game. They had all those runs pretty much because Valley City walked the house. So that's that, but they did struggle with fielding at times, specifically in the middle of the infield. It hasn't really been a problem this tournament, but with Colby out there on the mound and Ross Fredenberg more of a third baseman than a shortstop, it is a bigger transition than you think. He's going to have to hold his own there over at the middle of the infield. So we got LaMoure taking on Southporter here. First pitch coming up here in about a minute or so. We'll take a quick break back here with our first pitch here on 98.3 Thunder and on the KDAC YouTube channel.
Sometimes, finding your place doesn't happen all at once. It happens in moments. VCSU offers more than just an education. It offers a path forward, to grow, to lead, to thrive, to discover who you are. Valley City State University. Find your place.
Your first car. It may have been a fixer-upper, but you treated it right. It was your own. That's how Showplace Cabinetry approaches each crafted piece. We deliver it to you with care, because it's our own. Central City Lumber can help you choose the design of your dreams. Give them a test drive. This American-made cabinetry is adaptable to your unique style and built with pride. Every single piece is back for a lifetime. Bet you wish you had that deal on your car. Stop in at Central City Lumber of Carrington, and let's build a beautiful kitchen or bath that really turns heads.
So here we go. Colby Field just on the mound for LaMoure as he tries to pitch them to a state tournament. LaMoure is the top seed in this tournament. They've won all their games so far. They shut out Southporter last time round. Now Colby Field just kicks and deals. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Leading off for Southporter will be the shortstop, Blake Goebel. Next pitch to Goebel, swung on and missed. So the count quickly evens up here at 1 ball and 1 strike. And thank you all for listening today, whether it's on 98.3 Thunder or on our KDAC YouTube channel. I want to thank some of our great sponsors as well here in a little bit as well. This one skied into the air. Hansen trying to find it, but it looks like that's going to escape out of play for strike 2. This, of course, is our first inning. And the first inning being brought to you by LaMoure Drugstore, where customers come first. And a few moments ago, we had our Sendak Cooperative first pitch. Scoreboard, of course, being brought to you by Bank Ford of Carrington, your local banking choice. And strikeouts being brought to you by Gramlow Ltd., who specializes in making your corn punter perform to the best of its ability. Bill just waiting in, looks in, fires a fastball that misses high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bill just into the windup, kicks, fires again. Slide piece dots the outside corner for a called strike 3. That's the first Gramlow Ltd. strikeout of the day. Again, 14 punch-outs for Workin in the 6-0 shutout win over South Border. South Border only 2 hits all day. And now loss to LaMoure. That'll be inside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Field just back into the windup, fires. That fastball zips over the head, and they're actually going to say it clipped off the top of the head. Looks more of a shaving glance than anything else, so the hit by pitch will put a man on first base. So, man on first after the hit by pitch, and this will bring up Berkeley France. So the 2 pitchers square off here. France trying to go into business for himself. Hit the ball, well, 3 out of 4 times in that win over Carrington, but only had 1 hit to show for it. First pitch here to big Berkeley France, and there for a called strike at the knees. Colby Field just looks back the runner at first base, shakes off the signs, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and now will come set. Looks in and fires, slow breaking ball, peppered, diving effort made at second. Couldn't be brought in. Runner trying to go first to third. Throw to third base is not a good one. Up the line a little bit. And so Berkeley France will put runners at the corners with 1 out. So France able to just drive that one in between first and second base. A diving effort made at second base by Colin Barnick, but could not get to it. So this will bring up Cole Nitschke. Nitschke trying to drive in the first run of the ball game with runners at the corners. First here by Colby is going to be off the plate for ball 1. The runners at the corners with 1 down, and the count now at 1-0. South Border looking to strike early. Not a big lead for France off at first base, but will draw pickoff, and that'll get away from Irie. Irie's going to chase it. There will be no play at the plate. And that'll be a run that Colby Field just desperately wants to have back. It's kind of the fault of everyone on that play, really, is that it's a play that you definitely want your first baseman to make, but France didn't look like he was going anywhere at first base, and it's just sometimes you just got that thing that gnaws at you, and you can't let it go. Strike in there, and the count will now be evened up here at a ball and a strike, but as a pitch sometimes just gnaws at you, that runner that you don't feel like you should have given up, and sometimes it just drives a pitcher plumb crazy enough to try to pick off a runner that just is not a threat to steal. Roped into right field, and that'll stay up enough for the second out. So the Mustangs get given a gift off the fielding error by LaMoure. So they have a 1-0 lead with 2 down. This will bring up Chase Martin. So Chase Martin digging in for his first plate appearance. France again showing no signs that he wants to run on Hansen. Will slide step home, and that fastball will miss high for ball 1. Yeah, you can argue that the air cost them the run there, but overall, I think that fly ball was going to be deep enough for a sac fly. So, in the grand scheme of things, did the throwing error cost you anything? Technically, no. It just expedited the process, but still something that you don't want to be giving up. A very capable team like South Porter. So the 2-0 pitch upcoming here, and that'll run inside. So 3-0. Still just working here in this first inning at 15 pitches. France again has shown no sign of wanting to leave first base. That'll be a fastball that clips the inside corner. The count will go to 3-1. 3 balls and a strike here. Steele just trying to minimize damage here in this first frame. That'll be inside, ball 4. So a pair of walks for Theelgis. And it'll be Colton Vetter coming up. Now, even though South Porter won that game 5-1 over Carrington, that game was a lot closer than the 5-1 score. Got to remember is that essentially fielding mistakes gifted at South Porter a 3-0 lead in the first 2 innings. Ground ball here to first base. Irie peels back to the bag, and he'll let the second baseman Barnett go get it, and that'll be our 3rd out. So overall, could have been worse. And South Porter likely would have scored even without that error because it would have been a sac fly. But still, run comes across the score, and South Porter has the 1-0 advantage as we go to the bottom of the first. Back here in a little bit here on 98.3 and on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Looking to do business with a company that has vision? Choose James Valley Grain, a farmer-owned cooperative with a focus on growth, prosperity, and community. When you work with JVG, your profits stay local. With locations in Oaks, Verona, and Berlin, James Valley Grain is proud to be community and farmer focused. Call 742-5200 today. That's 742-5200. Or look at our website at www.jamesvalleygrain.com. James Valley Grain, proud to be farmer owned.
The Flair Boutique of New Rockford would like to wish the team good luck in today's game. The Flair Boutique and Coffee Shop has a new dirty soda menu. Try the Coconut Coast, Sunrise Dirty Dr. Pepper, or Strawberry Shortcake. Yum! Come see them from 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and some Saturdays. Find the Saturday schedule on Facebook. Try the new drinks and see their new spring-summer clothing collections. The Flair Boutique of New Rockford is located on Central Avenue in New Rockford. Go Rockets!
Ashley Medical Center, working for a healthier you. Built on a tradition of trust and dedication, Ashley Medical Center stands as a premier healthcare provider in the region with a full-service clinic and a wide range of services and specialty care. AMC is here to meet all your healthcare needs. Ashley Medical Center, committed to your health today and for the future. Proud supporter of all area athletes. Call 701-288-3433. That's 288-3433.
Ready to begin our bottom of the first inning. It is a 1-0 lead for South Porter on our bank board of Carrington scoreboard. And it will be Berkeley France to pitch this one again. You'd call him the de facto ace here of South Porter. Again, South Porter not a team short of pitching. So you use de facto in a non-disparaging way, as in sometimes you say almost by default would mean somebody's got to be the number 1 starter, or de facto as in somebody's got to be the number 1 starter. Oh, Berkeley France is just the de facto ace because he's just the best pitcher out of a group of really solid pitchers for South Porter. Again, maybe a team that doesn't feel like that they have a ace because they have so many solid pitchers, but certainly you got to win one game. You got to hand the ball to somebody, and that's who your ace is. Whether it's de facto, whether it's earned, whatever it is you want to call it, it is a thing, and it is why that you just look out there and be like, one game that we got to win, who do we give the ball to? Now, some people might be out there asking, I'm out here asking why is he allowed to warm up for so long? I mean, we're getting about 2.5 minutes of warm-up pitches. Colby Field just didn't have this many pitches to warm up with. We've kind of lost track of time, but, we're at 3 minutes of warm-up here. We eventually going to get a throwdown? All right, there it is. We were humming along pretty consistent at 1.5 minutes of warm-ups. Usually first inning, you let them go a little longer. But mean, it felt like that we gave him a lot more warm-up pitches than one side got, but Berkeley France gonna face his first batter today. It'll be Gunnar Thielges. Pitch here by France. Firm fastball in there for a strike. And the count will start off here at 0-1. So South Border going to start their number one pitcher in this one. Again, just trying to get it to that second game. So going back to the point I was trying to make before I got distracted on the amount of warm-up pitches France was going to be having. Why do you elect to throw your best pitcher in the game that might not get you to state? That'll be a swinging strike as Gunnar tried to check up his swing, but did go around. Count goes to 1-2. Reason being is that if you're South Border, you're trying to get to the second game. If you're LaMoure, you're essentially trying to lock this up, but you do know you have pitching depth in the back to go to. Count goes to 2-2. South Border, though, they've had to win more games up to this point to get back to this scenario. So essentially the best way I can put it is that South Border is trying to put themselves in the best case scenario to get to game 3 with as much pitching left over, and they feel like if they can turn to Berkeley France and get him deep into this ball game, it gives them the best chance of winning. Full count pitch here to Gunnar Thielges. That'll be in there for a called strike 3. First Gramlow Ltd. strikeout of the day for Berkeley France. Gramlow Ltd. specializes in making your corn planter perform to the best of its ability. So this will bring up Colby Thielges. Thielges, 1 run given up in that first inning. France into the windup, turns and fires. That'll be low and in the dirt for ball 1. Again, even though Colby threw the ball away that allowed the run to come in and score from third base on that pickoff move to first, that runner was coming in to score anyway because of the sac fly. That would have been that one in there for a strike. So pretty much an earned run regardless. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 down. Next pitch here to Colby. That's going to be laced to second. Gets a true hop. Throw to first is going to be in plenty of time for the second out. Oh, that was a nice little mid-range hop for the second baseman, Trent Johnson. That's pretty much any infielder. Kind of the hop that you want is kind of a longer hop. Not one that kind of gets on you short, but one that just kind of hits the lip of the grass and just is going to kind of get you in the midsection, allows you to kind of play it in the midsection, pull up, and kind of bring it into the body. Nice little flip to first base. First pitch misses high for ball 1. Franz turns and fires. That one swung on and missed by Fredenberg, and the count will go to 1 ball, 1 strike. South Border feeling a little bit of an issue in that win over Carrington. 4 errors. Certainly can't make that many errors against LaMoure and expect to win. But so far, the defense has not been challenged that much. 1 ball, 2 strikes, or I should say they responded to their first challenge of the day. It's Gunnar Colby hit that one pretty hard, but again, nice firm hop for Johnson to work with. 1-2 pitch on the way here. France looking for a 1-2-3, and he goes off speed. Catcher tried to pick it off on the backhand, but ends up knocking it down. So behind the dish today is going to be Caleb Koziak. Koziak, a smaller catcher, as South Border has pretty much been rotating their catchers all tournament, not having one player catch 2 straight games. That one in there, front doors him with the breaking ball, called strike 3. So Gramlow Ltd. strikeout will bring it in to our first inning of play, and after 1 is South Border 1, LaMoure nothing. Back here with our second inning of play right after this break here on 98.3 Thunder and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
physical therapy,
radiology,
love,
acute care,
clinic.
Surety Title Company is dedicated to protecting New Rockford families with a price you can afford with professional service. Visit their office at 102 3rd Avenue Southeast or call 701-947-2446. Servicing New Rockford and the entire Eddy County region, Surety Title Company may be able to help you with all your abstracting needs in New Rockford. Professional agents are trained to research your property's title. Surety Title Company would like to wish New Rockford Cheyenne good luck.
Back here to begin our top of the second inning. First pitch there by Colby Field, just in there for a called strike one. So Colby Field just trying to respond. After giving up one run in the first inning, that's going to be hit off the handle, but right to Seth Irie. Slow little roller, easily picked up and taken to first for the first out. And that one stung the hands of the DH Mueller as he shakes his hands as he walks back to the dugout. And this will bring up second baseman Trent Johnson. So it was 7-8-9 due up for South Border. First pitch here by Colby. That'll miss off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. For South Border, it's all about winning this game. Just talked about Carrington, how they're trying to, finagle this, do that, set themselves up later for this. There's one-track mindset here, as that'll be a swinging strike one. Win this game no matter the cost, and you figure out what you do in game 2 later. Moore also wants to win this game and will do whatever it takes to win this game, but they're not the ones, but they know they have a game in the back pocket to work with. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ooh, nice little breaking ball. Front doors them. Front door breaking ball working well for both sides today. And a Graham Low LTD strikeout here for Colby Fields. Again, I don't expect a lot of runs in this one. I think maybe if you get Gunner or if you get Colby and Berkeley go all 7 innings in this one, it might be the first team to 4 runs to win. First pitch in there for a strike, and it goes to 0-1. Colby looks in at his target into the slow, windable kick fire, ground ball foul, and it goes to 0-2. So the 9-hole hitter and Connor Strobel finds himself in a place you don't want to be. 0-2 against Colby Fieldjes. Fieldjes looks in at his target, shakes once, nods at the second, turns and deals. Fires the firm fastball, misses off the outside corner. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fieldjes turns to fire again. Fastball misses low, blocked by Hansen. And the count goes to 2-2. So the 2-2 pitch, Colby trying to sit him down 1-2-3 here. Gets him with a heater off the inside corner. And that'll be a quick 1-2-3 inning. Colby Field just able to regain some control of his pitch count. He sits at 29. So we'll be back here to start our bottom of the second inning. Still a 1-0 lead for the South Border Mustangs. We'll be back right after this quick break.
During this planting season, contact guys at Gramlow LTD in Fullerton. They will be happy to give you advice to be certain that your planter will operate to the best of its ability. They can assist with meter testing and calibration and row unit and drive system inspection and maintenance. They have many products to keep things working properly in the field and to be certain that every seed gets simulated, spaced, and placed properly in the soil. Gramlow LTD Fullerton, 375-6330 or visit gramlowltd.com.
The staff at the LaMoure Drugstore wish good luck to the Lobos in this tournament. When someone on your home team is sick, the LaMoure Drugstore is there to help with prescription and over-the-counter medicines and expert advice. They also have your Lobo apparel on hand, gifts, cards, and don't forget the sunscreen, bug bite lotions, Band-Aids, and other summertime first aid items. At the store where customers come first, the LaMoure Drugstore in the Bank North Mall. Get the look you want, the function you need, and the price you deserve at Hills Cabinetry and Window Decor. From cabinets and countertops to custom showers, window treatments, and closet systems, they have your project covered from start to finish. Their professional design services are always free, and their prices are guaranteed to be the best. Every kitchen and bath is designed with function, quality, and lasting style in mind. Visit Hills Cabinetry and Window Decor, south of Oaks, or call 742-5656 and bring your vision to life.
So the Lobos set the lead off this bottom of the second inning as they try to get the offense rolling here. It'll be Mason Workin leading off. Workin takes a up high fastball for ball one. So 1 ball, no strikes. France back out there for his second inning of work. Makes a little turn and fires. And that'll be inside for count of 2-0. France's windup reminds me of kind of two different pitchers. He's got this little slide on a step off when he begins his motion, as that one's in there for a strike, goes 2-1. That, reminds you, and he's kind of got this turn as well, but kind of this little slide he does with his feet when he turns to face the batter in his windup reminds me of an old relief pitcher by the name of Houston Street. Kind of would have an exaggerated like slide of his feet, like he goes to face the batter straight up with both toes pointing right at the batter, and then kind of slides himself, turns to face third base, but slides his body over to first. Out of that kind of little motion right there, very reminiscent of Houston Street. Sharp ball hit to short, can't be picked up and go either way there, hit or an error. It was hit sharply, so it wasn't going to be an easy ball to field. And the hometown scorekeeper will make sure that gets put in the books as a hit. And kind of a odd one there. LaMoure coaches wanted to come up to the press box to argue when Working gave up his first hit on an infield single. That was more of a hit than that was. But I don't know if they're going to be coming up to argue that that one wasn't a knock. Again, I think it's a hit at this level. College and pros probably not, but at this level, that's a hard ball to field and still a decent base runner getting down the line there and working. So this will bring up Hansen, leadoff man on here in the bottom of the second frame. France, little slide step home, fires a fastball off the plate for ball one, 1 ball, 1 strike. France also has that little kind of Johnny Cueto, Louis Tiant turn where he kind of turns his back to the batter a little bit. So in the stretch, he's kind of got this slow, deliberate, or in the windup, he's got a slow, deliberate windup and a high hop right there. Going to get by the shortstop. And, well, that one right there just kicked up. And Goebel has had 2 hops and have just gotten away from him there. And you got any protest on that one? Nope, that's going to be a hit. Again, for Goebel, you do have to remember this, folks. It is a difference between going from playing at a turf field where that hop never happens on a turf field at all. Never happens whatsoever. But when you go playing on a natural field, you got dips and divots and rocks and whatever that can affect ball. And got a couple of hops that have eaten Goebel up a little bit. And now you got the 2 leadoff men on for the bottom middle of the order. So Grayson Matson comes on the courtesy run. It'll be Logan Potts due up right now. Count starts off here at 1-0. That'll be inside, and the count goes to 2-0. Sometimes, though, with a pitcher, they have more success out of the windup than they do out of the stretch. And it's one of those interesting things. Sometimes it's a mechanic thing. That one in there for a strike, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike. France looking to work his way out of this second inning jam he's put himself in. Oh, a little bump put down by Potts. And it took a devilish little kick as Potts. The first bounce was foul, so that's why he stopped running out of the box, and he's like, I didn't get it. And then he saw what everybody else saw, which is, oh no, the second hop's going to come down the lip, and it did slightly kick back towards fair territory, but didn't have enough juice to get there. But ultimately, that'll just go in as strike 2, rather than perhaps one of the more odd hits he could have had. 2-2 pitch on the way. That'll miss outside for ball 3. We talked about this a lot with Valley City's loss to Carrington yesterday. As Valley City had a lot of full counts out there on the mound with the likes of Luke Proska, they seemingly always ended with a walk. These are big scenarios right here. Got to make the money pitch. Full count. Right there, front doored him, locked him up, and Potts just got handcuffed on that one, and that's a big Gramlow strikeout for Berkeley, France. Just he got locked up there, anticipating perhaps a heater, got the off-speed pitch, and if you can throw your kind of breaking ball off speed, whatever you want to call it, in fastball counts, that is a way to keep hitters off balance. France, slow leg kick will go home, and the count will start off here at 1-0. So we've seen France with the slide step. We also seen with kind of that leg kick slowly going home. What's he going to settle into? Because some pitchers kind of have the quick movement home that always looks like a slide step, but it's just naturally how they get to the plate. Some have a more deliberate leg kick. And looks like right now that deliberate leg kick is what we're seeing here in this AB, and the count will go to 1-1. Oh, you always kind of want in terms of pitching, in terms of instructing, is you always kind of want the same motion going home. That'll be a swinging strike, too. It looked like it was going to be a good spot anyway. It was kind of a half check swing right there, or a full check swing that went across, but ultimately it looked like a pitch we're swinging at just a little bit of a late reaction time. So the 1-2 pitch coming up for Berkeley, France. Ground ball here over to second base. Sliding play made. Throw to first. Did they get him by a half step? They did. It'll move everybody up 90 feet. Throw just got there in time. And from where I'm at, I'm looking right at first base. Looks like the umpire got that call right. So this will bring up the first baseman, Seth Irie. Colin Barnick waits in the on-deck circle. So two-man scoring position with 2 down. France kicks and fired. Fastball in there for a strike. And a team like Valley City, they have really one catcher. It's Corbin Powell. South Border rotates the catchers in and out, which means you got varying kind of degrees of defensive proficiency. It's a smaller target to throw to. They have right there, but as long as France doesn't really give Koziak something to have to chase, he should be fine. No balls, 2 strikes. France into the windup, kicks, fires, fastball low, and Koziak talking about saving the bacon right there. That is a fastball low and gets down to just smother it and stays on top of it, and that'll be ball 1 instead of a 1-1 game. So France takes a big, deep breath. Looking in, will kick and fire. That one outside, and the count goes to 2-2. Now, Koziak catching very traditionally. The traditional is kind of, just the traditional catcher squat. You're seeing a lot more nowadays where he got one leg down catching. That's supposed to help with framing. But kind of the traditional approach gives you a little bit more explosivity getting to balls in the dirt. And that'll be fouled away, and the count goes to 2-2. As weird as it sounds, because when you got the 1 knee down, you think like, oh, it makes your life easier getting balls in the dirt because you're already down there. It doesn't, because you kind of always got that 5-hole opened up right there. And the ball can just kind of squeak between your glove and right between the triangle where the gap is. Ooh, Irie let one go, and he doesn't get punished. Looks like a good pitch, but just inside, and it'll be a full 3-2. So France went to the breaking ball last time he was in this scenario. Will he go with the heater here? Pitch here by France. Oh, gets the called strike 3. Delayed call. Irie walking back, shaking his head. And France throws up the 0 and keeps it a 1-0 game. So we go to the top of the third. South Border still in front, 1-0 back here after this break. Here on 98.3 and over on the KDAC YouTube channel.
Schlepp Insurance Agency of Ashley would like to take this time to wish all athletes the best of luck during this tournament. Schlepp Insurance offers a full line of insurance coverage: home, farm, auto, multi-peril, crop hail, and Medicare supplement. Agents Brenda and Melissa are available to assist you with any insurance questions you may have. So call today to set up your appointment, 701-288-3320. That's Schlepp Insurance Agency, located at 208 West Main Street in Ashley.
The fun is always on tap. I'm heading to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Head on over to Headlocks of Carrington for some great deals after the Cardinals game. If you and your friends come in sporting any Cardinals gear, you'll not only receive the friendliest service around, but also special discounts. Ask for more details and visit us on Facebook for all of our happenings.
The fun is always on tap. I'm heading to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Headlocks, Carrington, North Dakota.
At Dakota Plains Credit Union, we're more than just a credit union. We're your biggest cheerleader. Whether you're opening your first savings account, buying your dream car or home, or passing the family business to the next generation, we're here to help you thrive. Your journey is our passion, and your success is our mission. Come grow with us. Dakota Plains Credit Union, with branches in Edgeley, Ellendale, and Enderlin. Member NCUA.
Ground ball here to shortstop, bobbled, and we talked about that in our CCJ Trucking pregame show, is that when Colby Thilgis is on the mound, it makes the LaMoure defense a little worse. He is a natural shortstop. Fredenberg's a natural third baseman, and that was just a slow bouncer that just Fredenberg couldn't handle. And so that'll put a runner at first base, and that'll be the second error on the Lobos. So look at our bank forward scoreboard of Carrington. First pitch will miss low there. We got 1 run, 1 hit for the Mustangs. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for LaMoure. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Now Colby comes set here. Will fire. And that one misses a little up and in. Goes to 2-0. This game playing out exactly how South Porter wants it. Them in front, and with Berkeley France in control. Warren's put a bit of pressure out there on Berkeley France with some base runners, but haven't gotten any damage done. And this will be hit out in the left field. Runner trying to go first to third. Ball down the line, and the runners will move up here second to third. And give them credit for the double on that one. So second hit of the day for the Mustangs, and now this gives them a big opportunity to add on. And who else do they want a big opportunity to add on but none other than big Berkeley France. France trying to tack on a run here. Now Colby shanks the first sign he sees. Will come home. First pitch to the lefty France in there for a called strike. What you're looking for here is unproductive out. Pop up in the infield, strike out, ground ball to the mound, something like that. But France going to shoot this one to center field, and that'll drop in for a hit. 1 run will come in and score. The runner at second had to tag up. He'll make it to third. But Berkeley France will help himself with a RBI single. And the runners now on the corners at first and third. Field just had 36, and the arm doesn't look like it's in any trouble. There's still zip on the pitches. And for LaMoure, they definitely want to preserve all the pitching they can. And that'll be a stolen base by France. Takes off on the first pitch, and it was a called strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike. Runners now both in scoring position with 2 down and already 1 across. I'll miss low for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-0 lead here for the South Porter Mustangs. I'll miss inside for ball 2. Again, the Lobos don't have to pitch, don't have to make decisions with the sense of urgency that South Porter does. I'll miss inside, ball 3. Essentially, if this was swapped around and this was LaMoure up 2-0, and let's say it was Berkeley France that was going to be going through a little bit here, South Porter would have to make the decision quickly on whether to pull them and save them for perhaps a relief appearance the next game. Whereas LaMoure, again, they know they have a game in their back pocket that they can use if necessary, but Colby Thilgis right now trying to work through a little bit of trouble. The full count pitch, that'll be swung on and hit the short. Fredenberg knocks it down, but that's all he will do. He'll knock it down, and it'll be another run coming in and scoring here for the South Porter Mustangs as they take a 3-0 lead. And they're going to give Fredenberg the air on that one. I will say this. That exact ball was hit by South Porter, and it was, or by LaMoure, and it was ruled a hit. I think we might be doing a bit of selective scorekeeping here. First pitch in for a strike. So runners at the corners here with nobody down and 2 runs across for South Border. Again, Mustangs win this game. They force that kind of winner-take-all game. That'll be swung on and missed. Count now at 1-1. Still a lot of baseball left to be played. Colby Field just certainly in trouble right now. That'll be swung on and missed, and it goes to 1-2. A little surprised you haven't seen South Border try to steal second base yet. Hanson didn't throw down the last time, and with a decent runner at third base, I don't know if he would even bother throwing down this time. Just though, the 1-2 count might not be the opportune time to send the runner, because you definitely would throw down if you got a chance for a strike him out, throw him out. That'll be fouled away, and the count stays at 1-2. You got third baseman playing in here and working. Guarding against the bunt. Or perhaps guarding against a chopper that he can come in and throw to the plate to get the runner at third base. And now we'll have a time being taken in the batter's box. Well, Theoges will step on the mound and regroup. Needs a big out here. 2 runs already across for South Border, looking to make it more. And Theoges able to get the strike. I might have had him too far out in front, so excuse me, I thought it was a 1-2 count. Instead, it's going to be a 0-2 count now. So no balls, 2 strikes. Thought Fields just had him punched out there. My bad. 0-2 pitch. That'll be a ground ball to first. Irie fields it, and the umpire will make a delayed sign for a foul ball, but it's the correct one. So runners go back to the corners here. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, a little surprised that they haven't sent the runner. Try to stay out of that double play. LaMoure would definitely trade 1 run for 1 out. And they'll take that too, as Colby dots the outside corner for a Gramlow LTD strikeout. Big out, and now this is definitely when you try to get the man to second base. This will bring up Coulter Mueller. Mueller got jammed his first time up at a slow roller to Seth Irie. In there for strike 1. Count starts off here at 0-1. So the inning started off with some loud contact by South Border. Playing a little bit of station to station here. That'll be low and in the dirt. Count evens up here at a ball and a strike. Talked about it in the pregame show. The up the middle defense, specifically at short, was going to be the biggest question. And, well, a couple times today, the defense at shortstop has left a little to be desired. And the Mustangs have taken advantage. 2-1 count here as Colby Theoges' pitch count now at 52. Make it 53, and now he's at a 3-ball, 1-strike disadvantage. LaMoure won the first matchup between the two in this tournament, 6-0, with a 14-strikeout complete game effort from Mason Workin. Ground ball to third, picked up, going to go the long way to first, and will pick up the final out. So the Lobos able to sit down South Border here, limiting the damage to only 2 runs. But South Border now has themselves a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll be back here after this break here on the KDEC YouTube channel and over on 98.3 Thunder.
Looking for the perfect gift for any occasion? Say hello to the Farm Girl Floral and More in LaMoure, your one-stop shop for beautiful flower bouquets, candy bouquets, stylish clothing, homemade jellies and dips, and unique handcrafted gifts. From birthdays to just because moments, we've got something to make every day a little brighter. Stop in today on Center Avenue in East LaMoure to discover local charm, creative gifts, and a little something special for everyone. Visit Farm Girl Floral and More today to find the perfect gift for any occasion.
Here at Sendak Cooperative, we're here to provide you with all the products and services you've come to rely on for your farm operation. Please give us a call for all your fertilizer, seed, energy, and fuel needs for this year's growing season, and let us help you with all your grain marketing decisions. You can contact us today at any of our locations in Central North Dakota or visit us on the web at sendakcooperative.com. Sendak Cooperative, helping farm owners grow and succeed today and into the future.
There's no community like a Cenex community. That's why every Cenex store is proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
Visit your local Arrowwood Prairie Co-op in Carrington, Wimbledon, Cooperstown, and Sutton.
So as we get set here to begin our bottom of the third inning, it is a 3-0 lead for South Border over the LaMoure, Litchfield, Marion, Edgeley Lobos. Berkeley France has been in control of this game on the bump. He'll face the bottom of the order here, and Colin Barnick. So Barnick getting his first plate appearance against France today, so 9-1-2 for the Lobos. Barnick will take a fastball low for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes here to the Lobos second baseman. France turns and deals. That one misses low for ball two. So 2 balls and no strikes. France eyes the target. Now turns and kicks and fires. This one skied high into the air. Now first baseman moving underneath of it, and Martin with the snow cone on the underhand, and that would have been in fair territory if he dropped it. So Lobos don't quite get a freebie base runner, as Martin just managed to hold on to that one. So top of the order back around here as Gunnar Thielges will step into the box. Gunnar Thielges, the likely starter if the second game is required. That first pitch will miss low for ball one. France right now at 43 pitches. Will turn and fire. That one misses low for ball two. 2-0 pitch on the way. France with a little turn, and will snap a fastball home for a 2-1 count. France trying to make it 3 scoreless innings. And we'll throw a slide piece. That's out of the zone there, and the count will go to 3-1. 3 balls and a strike. Wind still blowing in towards the left field side. 3-1 pitch here. Will be sliced foul down the third base side. So full count coming up. Seen France go multiple different ways here. He's gone fastball and he's gone breaking ball. So it makes the hitter have to respect both options. France into his slow windup, turns, fires, goes off speed, and, well, Gunnar a little bit out in front, but manages to foul it off the handle. So the count remains full and the bat remains alive. Full count pitch coming up, and that'll brush him back inside. So full count walk drawn here by the Lobos, and this will bring up Colby Thielges. Thielges in his second at bat against South Border. The last time these two teams faced off, drilled a home run over the left center fence. Although a home run might not give him the lead, it would certainly get his team kind of back into this game with a feeling. Lobos definitely need to start putting some real pressure here on France. Struggled a little bit when he had to pitch out of the stretch in the second. Runner off and going. That one missed low. Throw down, not in time. Gunnar beats it with a feet first slide. So Gunnar Thielges wasted no time. Able to slide in and pick up that stolen base rather easily. So France dealing with a runner in scoring position here with 1 out. Next pitch here. Yeah, out in front of that one on a fastball. Don't see that very often. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second base. Kicks and fires, and this is going to be a hard ground ball. Oh, takes a nasty hop and ricochets in. Are they going to try to wave him in? Takes a look, but ultimately go back. That one should go down as a base knock. And they are going to give him the knock on that one. That one looked like it was going to split between short and third. It took a ricochet off the third baseman's glove, so much so it actually kind of ricocheted out there into shallow left center field. Made Gunnar hold up just enough to prevent him from coming in and scoring, but runners on the corners here with 1 out. Don't expect Colby to waste too much time trying to get to second base. France will step off the back of the mound, and well, Lobos trying to put some pressure on France. Had to work out of a jam last inning. Still has the strikeout stuff to work out of it this time. Colby taking off and running, and there will be no throw. Catcher got up and popped like he was going to go to third. No cut play either, so be a straight steal there for Colby Fieldgess. Thing was, the catcher never even looked throwing the second base as the infield now pinch in for South Porter, and this is puzzling. I mean, this is just guaranteeing 2 runs coming in to score off any hard ground ball. Can't say I agree with this decision. I'll be taken outside for ball 2, so the count now at 2-1. I disagree with this entirely, pulling your infield in here. You have a 3-0 lead, act like it. Instead, you're playing so scared of giving up a run that you might end up giving up 2. This is smashed to right center field. It'll be picked up. Lobos are going to be going station to station here as the throw will go straight to the catcher. Either way, the run comes in and scores, so Moore now puts their first run on the board, and Colby will move to third base. But with the infield pinched in there, the reason why I disagree with it so wholeheartedly there is that you should, in my mind, be playing for an out more than you should be playing for the out at home. This will be hit to left field, but right at the left fielder, and the catch made in the palm of the glove. So 2 good strikes there by the Lobos, but both find gloves, and that means only 1 run comes across the score, but the shutout broken up. More Sticks might be about to wake up, but they'll need to hold off the Mustangs here as we move to the top of the 4th inning. Back here after the break, here on the KDAC YouTube channel and over on 98.3 Thunder.
Thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience. We know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Give Bickett Insurance a call today.
Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency. Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency.
Looking for the perfect place for your next party or company gathering? Check out New Rockford Eagles Club. With plenty of space, great food and drinks, and a welcoming atmosphere, the Eagles Club is the ideal spot for birthdays, anniversaries, holiday parties, reunions, and business events. Let their friendly team help make your next gathering easy, fun, and memorable. Call today to reserve your date at the New Rockford Eagles Club, where great times come together.
Back here to begin our top of the 4th inning. It is a 3-1 lead for the South Porter Mustangs. But going back to South Porter pinching in there with 1 man down and runners at second and third, that it worked out okay because they got 2 fly balls. But if the Lobos actually were to just smash a ball on the ground, unless they hit it right to an infielder, that's 2 runs. It's 2 runs, and it's puzzling because you see teams do that late in the game, up a run, or late in the game, down a run or down 2, just to try to prevent going further down on the scoreboard. When you're up 3, you don't really care to give up a run, especially if it's going to be an out, especially if you get an out of it. But that's how South Porter's going to play it, and it didn't bite them that time. Colby Fieldgess quickly up in the count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. He'll just turns and fires, and right down the middle for a called strike there. Another Graham-Lowe LTD strikeout for Colby Thielges. So this will bring up the 9-hole hitter Connor Strobel as Trent Johnson was set down on 3 pitches. Blake Goebel moves into the on-deck circle, representing the top of the order. So Colby start off the inning with 4 straight strikes. 0-1 pitch coming up here to the south border 9-hole hitter. Gets another called strike there, and it goes to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Steele just takes a deep breath, licks his fingers. Now he'll wipe it off on his pants. You got to do that. Can't be applying a foreign substance to the ball. 0-2 pitch here for Thielges. That'll be fouled away, so any chance at an immaculate inning taken off the table there with that foul ball. Still is yet to throw a ball in this game. Or still is yet to throw a ball in this inning. So Thielges trying to stay in attack mode here. And throws a breaking ball. It started up high. It looked like it was tumbling its way towards that kind of top inside corner, but doesn't get the call. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thielges into the windup deals. Fastball stays high, and it goes 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down here in game number 1 of our championship round. Thielges deals and leaves it low, and it's a full count now at 3-2. So after 6 straight strikes, including that foul ball, Thielges has responded with 3 straight balls, and a couple of these have been nice takes here by the 9-hole hitter, Strobel. He'll pound this one out into right field, but the right fielder in good position, and he'll move underneath of it to make the catch for out number 2. So top of the order come back around here with nobody on and 2 down. It'll be Blake Goebel stepping up. The shortstop has, well, he has not been the only shortstop today, let's say. That's had a trouble with kind of the hops today. Top order has yet to be tagged with an error, despite a couple of balls that have eaten up Goebel. That one in there for a strike, and the count will start off here 0-1. No balls in, a strike. That'll be in there for another called strike. So Colby has started out each batter in this inning with 2 straight strikes. Now trying to set him down in order, get his team back into the dugout with some momentum. The 0-2 pitch, fastball will stay high, and it'll go to 1-2. Looking at the pitch count for Thielges at 67. Maximum daily allowance is $120. Oh, got him on an outside breaking ball. So 3 up, 3 down for Colby Thielges and the Lobos. Now LaMoure comes back in, swinging the sticks, trying to tie this game up. They trail 3-1 at the halfway point. Back here after the break here on 98.3 Thunder and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Ashley Super Value is your hometown grocery store with small town service and big town selection. From fresh produce to everyday essentials, they've got everything you need, plus the area's famous homemade sausage and delicious kuchen. Available for shipping anywhere. Friendly faces, quality you can trust, and service that goes the extra mile. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Stop in or call 288-3419 today. And good luck to the South Border Mustangs from your friends at Ashley Super Value. Find them on Facebook.
Graduation's next week. The house looks like a tornado hit.
Relax. Call ServiceMaster. They'll have your place sparkling in no time.
Graduation's right around the corner. You really think they can handle this mess before the big day?
Absolutely. ServiceMaster Pros will make sure your home's guest ready in no time.
Stop stressing. Call ServiceMaster today and book your pre-graduation clean. 845-4959. The clean you expect, the service you deserve.
No one can guarantee that the pitcher will put the ball in the strike zone or that the player at bat will hit a home run. But Agra Valley Insurance can help set you up with the coverages you need to be protected in the case of a disaster. Let Mark Cleaver and Holly Braun at Agra Valley Insurance help you choose the best coverage for your farm, home, auto, crop, and hail insurance needs. Give them a call at 883-5422. Good luck to all the players from everyone at Agra Valley Insurance in the Bank North Mall, LaMoure.
So here we go to our bottom of the fourth inning as we reach our halfway point in this 7-inning contest. This will be Brady Hansen stepping up, the catcher for the Lobos. Berkeley Franz back out there. Goes off speed first pitch and delivers a breaking ball off the plate for ball one. So the Lobos got the sticks going there a little bit in the last frame. Miss low, and it goes to 2-0. Again, a couple hard hit outs. It produced a run, but still you got to convince yourself, even if you're hitting the ball hard and finding gloves, that it's about the process. And they'll miss low for a 3-0 count. Here's the thing for the Lobos is that it is going to be agonizingly a patient approach that is going to give them the best results here against France. He's now started off Hansen with 3 straight balls. And I'll let that one go for ball 4. Again, it's easy to say from a distance, be patient, take pitches, all that stuff. The thing is, though, is that we saw it a little bit with Valley City when they would have some opportunities to drive in runs. They would take a swing at the first pitch and foul it off when they kind of did have the pitcher gassed a little bit. Not saying France is gassed here, what he's at 60 pitches, but you can't try to get back every run on the first pitch. You got to just kind of let the game come to you. First pitch here to Ponce in there for a strike, and the count will start out here 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Courtesy runner over at first base for the catcher Hansen. About a 2-stride lead over at first base. Hansen holding the runner on. Taking his time, will slowly deal home. And delivers a fastball in there for strike 2. Slide step, even though it gives you a little bit quicker release home, does affect your accuracy at time on the mounds. And sometimes the deliberate holding as well can throw kind of your internal clock off as well. Brent's done a good job of finding the zone, though. That pitch misses. Throw in. Not a bad one. Runner's in there. And it looks like he might have knocked himself out almost. Or at least he might have bloodied his chin. As courtesy runner will get up, and it's a stolen base. It's a ball on the play as well. I don't know if he ran into the leg. The fielder would also be down as well or walking around sorely. But he kind of dove into the bag and, just kind of dove it in a little too hard. And, seeing some of the adjustments, I think I kind of know what happened. Let's say there was a belly flop onto an edge. It's a little bit of a holding of the wrist there, and he's going to exit. So, it might be a little bit of blood there too. I think I heard med kit. That'll slow this game down a little bit, and if you're Berkeley France, as he's going to do now, just trying to play catch, trying to stay warm. I've seen pitchers do it both ways, where you have a stoppage like this, and some pitchers just will almost just stare out into nothingness, because pitchers can be strange birds. They'll just stare out into nothingness, and I've seen some pitchers do this, where they'll just play catch to try to keep the arm warm. Try to keep it loose or whatever, not let it tighten up. And I've had pitchers that, when you got pitchers that, need to be calmed down every time there's a runner on base, and you got some that are just ice and they, do nothing. Like I said, pitchers are strange birds and they come in all shapes and sizes and all different velocities and arm slots. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Runner at second base here for the Lobos as they try to work their way closer and closer, trailing 3-1 on the Bank Ford of Carrington scoreboard. Ooh, that'll miss up, and it just did above the letters on the Lobos jersey. Oh, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. That'll miss inside. No full count pitch coming up. I'll miss low, ball 4. And so the Lobos' patient approach pays off. as this will bring up Joey Potts. So Logan Potts draws the walk. Joey Potts comes up. Seth Irie moves to the on-deck circle. So the Lobos, the last 2 innings, have been threatening with men on base. They've only got a couple runs to show for it, but they only got 1 run to show for it. But they've got they've found a way to get runners on against France. France, though, has found a way to minimize damage, but that is as good an opportunity as you're going to have right now. France holding on. Look at the man at second. Bunt being shown. Can't get the bunt down. Runner at second, getting aggressive, heading down the line. Runner at third's got to be a little bit more aggressive than the runner, or runner at second's got to be a little bit more aggressive getting down the line than the runner at first on a bunt like that. Fortunately, you don't really got to worry about a back pick in that situation. Good off-speed pitch there to mix it up, and the count goes to 0-2. Situation right there. It's understandable why you would bunt. Still don't like giving away outs, especially because it's not the 9-hole flipping it up to the top of the order. It's the 7-hole flipping it to the 8-hole. Little half check swing there, and there's a potential double play. Runner went on contact, and that is a game-changing double play. The courtesy runner did not pay attention to where the ball was. He left on contact, and instead of 2 on with 1 out, it is now 1 on and 2 outs. Two outs here with a runner at first base, and this will bring up Seth Irie. Well, the Lobos run themselves into a double play that could prove huge, as we are at the halfway point of this game. That one in there for a called strike. Count goes to 0-1. Runner taking a small lead off first base now. Pick-off throw, and the throw was on target. Might have had a chance, but Martin had to go down to the outside of the bag to get it. So the count will remain at 0-1, and the runner will remain at first base. Runner taking off and going to second base. That looked like it missed low. Throw is not in time, and it'll bounce into center field, but it's well backed up. Well, it'll be interesting to see if that ball was picked up on a hop. It was a bit of a short hop by the catcher. And as the catcher, there's always that fine line between a perfect throw and a bad one. Perfect throw is that you lead the shortstop or the second baseman, whoever's covering glove, right into the place where the hand or the foot's going. You're essentially trying to lead them right into the middle of the bag, or I should say the middle edge of the bag. But trying to do that, if you leave it short, you're going to not, even if it's picked, the glove has to almost in a natural motion go up. That'll miss 3-1. So now the perfect throw is one that kind of tails low. One that kind of rides on the edge is the one that just is pretty much just hovering off the dirt by inches. 3-1 pitch to Irie. I'll be taking ball 4. Oh, talking about how big that double play was, is that should have been bases loaded, 1 out, and Colin Barnick. And, well, France did something that I'm sure his manager is not going to love. He didn't get the call there, and instead of just turning back his focus, he kind of just flipped the ball up high into the air and went and got it. And maybe sensing a little bit of perturbedness, the catcher, Koziak, will go out there to talk to him. It's one of those things, your manager or coaches, whatever, will always tell you, never let them see you sweat. And right there, it's just kind of it's that little thing of if you're the other team, you see that you're getting to them. It's like, you might not be only giving up 1 run, but, we're getting to them. We just got to do our job. And right now, the job here at Barnick is just getting Gunnar Theologist a chance at the box. That one in there for a strike. Whether it's by walk, by hit by pitch, by single, by maybe even a home run, if all things go your way, just get your leadoff man back to the dish. Line step home, and Barnick takes a rip at that one. He'll foul it back into the screen, or strike 2. So 76 pitches so far here for Berkeley, France. He'll take a look home. He shakes at the first, shakes at the second. Now will come set. Sometimes you double shake to set up a fastball. He goes off speed, and it'll be in the dirt. Kind of an old veteran move when you got a pitcher with a big fastball. You know, sometimes you'll shake like 4 separate sides and it's just all a setup because you're trying to make the hitter believe that you're not throwing the fastball when you do. That time there he went to the off speed. 1-2 pitch upcoming here. France looks at the man at second base. That one just off the place, and France gives a little hop again, and he wants that call, but he's not showing up the umpire, but he's giving away a little bit. Giving away a little bit. And sometimes you give away a little, and the other team takes a lot. That'll miss low and outside. Catcher going to throw down to third base, and LaMoure is going to run themselves into it. No, did they get there? No. And now there's going to be an argument. And so you got an argument between the manager saying that he danced his way around, and the umpire's either saying he got him or that he went out of the base path. Either way, it's an out. LaMoure ran themselves into an out. That's the problem, is they have nobody but themselves to blame. Instead of it being a full count with 2 outs, the runner's being in motion regardless. It's a careless mistake by the runner in the first place. Again, you can be mad at the umpire all you want on that one and be like, it should have been this, it should have been that. Bottom line is you ran yourself into 2 very, very preventable outs. So as perturbed as you might be at the umpire, he's not the one that made those 2 bad base running mistakes. We'll be back here after this break here on 98.3 and over on KDAC.
Bassett Motors, where our customers send their friends.
Hi, this is James at Bassett Motors. Let's test drive a new Chevrolet together. Stack up the savings with discounts and rebates combined with 0% financing for the lowest payments of the year. See us online at BassettMotors.com or call us 701-652-2955. Or better yet, stop in to see our wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
Where our customers send their friends.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Top of the 5th coming up here as we still have a 3-1 ball game in favor of the South Porter Mustangs. Koziak set the lead off the inning. First pitch in there for a strike for Colby Thiel. Just LaMoure can be mad all they want. The manager certainly was not happy that his runner got called out at third base. That one in there for a strike. Bottom line, his runner never should have been going to third base in the first place. He just misread how far away the ball got from the catcher. But, I mean, it's 2 base running mistakes. 2 very easy to prevent base running mistakes. That'll miss low, and the count goes to 1-2. Bottom line is the reason why you're losing right now isn't because the umpire called your boy out at third base. You're losing right now because you've made 1 or 2 many mistakes to be able to win this game. Still got time left to go here, but looking for others to blame when the finger should be pointed squarely at you is not going to do you any help. That'll be in there for a strike, and that'll be another Graham-Lowe strikeout for Colby Thielgis, who settled down after a shaky first few innings. Well, Thielgis looking to throw up back-to-back zeros for the first time in this ballgame. That'll miss outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes here. Looking at the pitch count for Thielgis at 73, and it's a 120 maximum. And that'll miss inside for 2. Big thing here is that neither team's comfortably in front or comfortably behind where they feel like they can pull their starters to be able to get them, to save them for the next game, I should say. That'll be a foul ball, just inches foul down the first base line. Be 2-1. So right now, this is just a situation where both teams are going to let their starters roll out there, and for better or worse, it's their game till the end. That'll be a liner into center field. That'll drop for a hit. So a 1-out single by Berkeley France will bring up Caleb Nitschke. 4th hit of the day here for the Mustangs. So Cole Nitschke, RBI chance here if he can find a gap. Seen a couple balls get scorched down the left field line today. And that'll now move the ball to the backstop as a fastball by Thiel just got away from Hansen. You like Hansen to D a little bit more behind the plate there. He kind of went to kind of reach out his glove and try to almost backhand or reach out there and get it. Got to slide in that scenario. Well, the count going to start off here at 1-0, and the count now even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner now at second base. That'll be a pop fly over to Fredenberg, and Fredenberg brings that one in for the second out. For those of you wondering why that's not an infield fly, or guessing terminology behind infield fly. The reason why it's not an infield fly is that the runner at second base is not obligated to run if that ball drops. Kind of like if there was a runner at first, the runner would be obligated to run. Essentially what the infield fly is there is to prevent a infielder from dropping the ball intentionally and set up a double play. And that's the second ball that gets underneath the glove of Hansen, so that'll move the runner to third base. And at some point, you got to block it. Again, it's runner in scoring position with 2 outs to runner to scoring position with 2 outs when you allow the pass ball to let the runner to get to second or third. But, I mean, you can't let anything get behind you, especially in this close of a game. Now, the thing is, the ball's been kicking well off the backstop all day, so even if it does get by you, perhaps you get a strong kick. That'll be in there for a called strike 1, so the count now goes to 2-1, but you got to help your pitcher out here a little bit. Field just now at 82 pitches. Takes a deep breath, will come set, kick, fire. This one hit to right center field. In pursuit is the right fielder who will slide and make the catch. Great route taken on the ball right there by Joey Potts as he'll slide and make the catch and save a run. So the phenomenal defensive play in right field will throw a much-needed 0 up on the scoreboard for LaMoure. They're starting to get the Berkeley France a little bit, but they got to start doing it on the scoreboard too. Now time to see if they can start putting those good ABs together into some runs. We'll be back here after this break. Keep right here on 98.3 and over on the KDANK YouTube channel.
Did you know that over 70% of high school students report not drinking alcohol in the last 30 days? Youth not drinking is the norm. You want your child to make informed decisions about alcohol and other drugs with reliable information about the dangers of use. Parents are the #1 influence for youth. Communicate regularly, show concern, set clear rules, be open and trusting. Parents do make a difference. Stay safe and best of luck to all the teams from your LaMoure County Public Health Department.
Is it time for you to switch banks? Hi, I'm Tiffany Paulson at Bank Forward in Carrington. At Bank Forward, we have everything you get from a big bank, but we're small enough to give you exceptional service. Make the switch and let us show you the Bank Forward difference. Call 652-2852 or visit bankforward.com today. Putting the customer first since 1927. It's simply the Forward way. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
In Carrington, see Randy Hui.
So here we go. We got our bottom of the 5th inning coming up. It is 9-1-2. 2 up for LaMoure. And Berkeley France still out there for South Border. That one, a good firm fastball in there for a strike. LaMoure ran themselves out of that inning in the bottom of the 4th. 2 unforced base running mistakes. That'll be a ground ball, slow chopper, and that's going to go foul. So the count goes to 0-2. But that last inning, you ran yourself into a double play when runner wasn't paying attention to where the ball went. It was about as routine of a double play as you'd get. off an infield pop-up. And then off the last out, even if you think you might have went around the tag at third, those should have been going to third in the first place where that ball was hit. Slow roller back to France. France lets it get up to him, and he'll make the flip to first base. So France able to make the play himself for the first out. On a slow roller like that, the one thing you're concerned is not the pitcher handling the ball, but whether or not he's going to kind of drift a little too close to the line to where he doesn't really have a good angle to throw from, but he's able to keep himself kind of outside the runner and still just has a nice, easy underhand toss to first base. So this will bring up Gunnar Thielges in a close 3-1 ball game. Moore's been putting base runners on, but they've only gotten one across. Gunnar hits this one up the middle, and France picks it out of the air. He'll underhand it again, so Berkeley, France. Couple of nice PFP reps. Pitchers fielding practice, and able to pick up 2 crucial outs. Now Colby Thielges coming up here. He's not pitched a bad game, but again, mistakes have been made just enough to allow South Florida to be in front. That one in there for a strike, and the count will start off here at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike with 2 down here at the bottom of the 5th. France looking for a big 1-2-3 inning. And that'll be up and just at the top of the zone. The count goes to 0-2. France would love a quick 1-2-3 inning, sitting now at 86 pitches. The pitch by France outside, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. France takes a deep breath. Will turn and fire. And that one actually clips the back pocket there of Thielges, so he'll draw the hit by pitch and get himself to first base with 2 down. So this will bring up Ross Fredenberg. Even if LaMoure doesn't score here, if they can just eat up maybe 12, 15 more pitches here out of France, I mean, that could set themselves up for a possible 7th inning rally. But France, if he's able to get through this with only spin about 5 more pitches, might be big for him. First pitch in there for a strike. That ball nearly thrown into the outfield. And, I mean, that's not a sign that you're going to see LaMoure just start taking off and going. I don't know what will. Koziak just not very accurate with his throws down to second base today. He's had pretty much one good one and a bunch of others that have left a lot to be desired. Runner at second with 2 down. Fredenberg going to take that one up high, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. And here's the thing, you know, you got a catcher that doesn't have a very accurate arm. The last thing you want to do is run yourself into an out, which is why you probably won't see Colby take off for third base despite being screened with that right-hand hitter. That one just misses, and the count goes to 2-1. Feel like the Lobos are just sitting back waiting for one big swing of the bat. Something to give them some energy. And that one looked very similar to the last, but this one gets called a strike. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Lobos trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. France shakes the first, nods at the second. Comes set, looks back. Colby at second base. Colby is a little lean, and Fredenberg takes a hack, can't come up with it. And it's another strikeout. A Gramlow Ltd. strikeout for Berkeley, France. And he looks like that he might be pitching his team to that winner go home game, or winner take all game 2. He's at 93 pitches, still has a chance to finish this one. So here we go now to the top of the 6th inning. Lobos still trailing 3-1 on the Bank Ford of Carrington scoreboard. Back here at the break here on KDAC and over on 98.3.
great food value is right in your neighborhood at your LaMoure Food Store. Take a look at their weekly flyer and you'll find specials on fresh cut meats, perfectly ripe fruits and vegetables, bakery items, and more. And don't forget the ice for your graduation parties and Memorial Day weekend. They've got you covered with meat and cheese trays, buns, chips, pop, you name it, they got it. At LaMoure Foods, open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 10 to 4.
Looking for quality you can taste and service you can trust? That's R3 Meat, your local meat processing experts. From custom beef and deer processing to sausage, jerky, and smoked meat, R3 Meats delivers clean, careful processing and delicious results every time. Hunters, farmers, and families, bring your harvest to a place that treats it right. R3 Meats, locally owned, locally trusted, and proudly serving our community. Call R3 Meats today and taste the difference.
Hey, did you hear that? If you missed a play, you're sure to find the story in your local paper. Pick up a copy of the Litchfield Bulletin for all your LaMoure, Litchfield, Marion stories, or the LaMoure County Chronicle for all your LaMoure, Edgeley, and Cullum stories, city and county meetings, and classifieds. Get the LaMoure County Chronicle or the Litchfield Bulletin for the features you want and the local news you need. They also offer a full-service print shop. Call LaMoure Printing at 883-5393.
First pitch by Colby Thilgis here in the top of the sixth inning, in there for a called strike one. Thilgis had 84 pitches. That'll be swung on and missed. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. Thilgis has battled in this game and has kept his team around, but just offense has not been able to solve Berkeley France despite having opportunities to do so. That'll be low for ball 1. I don't have the exact numbers in front of me, but I'm pretty sure LaMoure, I would be surprised if they've had more. They've left a lot of men on base, but I'm pretty sure they've had more innings with runners in scoring position than they haven't. And a ground ball to the first base side, scooped up by Irie and taken to the bag for out number 1. And I think they just haven't gotten that big hit. Like, the Southporter has gotten the benefit of getting to the pitcher early and making it count. Southporter got to Colby Field just early and made it count. I would say LaMoure has had, I think, more consistent offensive pressure on Southporter. They just can't get the hit. And a lot of the credit has to go to one Berkeley France out there on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 down. Thilgis will turn and fire. A little check swing, but kept it back, and he'll go to 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Thilgis takes a deep breath, nods at the first sign, will kick and fire. Fastball hit high into the air, off over yonder, and I thought that might have been heading towards me. Well, I got an overhang here in the press box, so I don't know if I could have made that play. Just kind of sticking out your hands and waiting for a ball that you can't see to hit them just doesn't sound like the best strategy of all time. Still have to drive back after this, so need something to grip the steering wheel. Oh, diabolical front door breaking ball. Got him for strike 3. And all Mueller can do right there is shake his head. He got buckled on that one. So 2 quick outs here for Colby Thilgis as he'll now pitch to Johnson. Johnson takes a big hack at that one, comes up empty, ends. No balls, 1 strike. Well, pitcher's now at 93 pitches. Thilgis will turn to fire. This will be hit high. Should be playable into shallow center field. Center fielder comes in and makes the catch for out number 3. So it's a 1-2-3 inning by Colby Thilgis, and at 94 pitches, he's got 26 left to try to finish off a complete game effort. What LaMoure needs to do more than ever, outside of getting those 2 runs, find a way to get Berkeley France out of this game. So we'll be back here in a little bit with our bottom of the 6th inning after this break here on 98.3 and on the KDAC YouTube channel.
This is Bryn Hansen, a senior at Deluxe Burlington High School and the 2025-26 North Dakota High School Activities Association Distinguished Student. Too much emphasis today is placed on the wrong definition of a winner. The correct definition is one who does the very best he or she can in practice and at contests while treating those around them with respect. You may not win every contest, but if you tried your best, you are a winner. Let's not take shortcuts to win. Let's not make our students feel badly about doing their best. Support high school activities and the true definition of a winner. This has been a public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
It's planting season, and just like baseball, it's all about a strong start. Every acre counts, every pass matters, and the team at Valley Plains Equipment is ready to help keep you in the game with the parts, service, and support you need to knock planting out of the park. Then after the final inning of the season, bring your planter in for a postseason inspection. Catch issues early, avoid errors next spring, and stay ready for opening day in the field. Valley Plains Equipment, your home team for ag support. Those bins aren't going to empty themselves. When the market moves and it's time to haul, meet Compson Trucking. We're the new guys in North Dakota, based right here in the Valley City area, and we're here to shake things up. Beans, corn, grain, wherever it needs to go, we're hauling. We'll charge you by the load or by the hour. We'll even jump in the field and help you out if you're short-handed. Our motto? We rip off the other guys and pass the savings on to you. Don't pay more for the same haul. Get the savings you deserve with Compson. Call Compson Trucking today, 840-9878. We're ready to roll when you are.
First pitch misses low, and foul ball has to go, or the ball that got by the catcher has to go be retrieved. There'll be 1 ball, no strikes here. Berkeley France still out there, not unsurprisingly for the Mustangs. They'll be in there, called strike 1, so the count now evened up. Now 1 ball, 1 strike, middle of the order turnaround here. Mason Workin, Brady Hansen, and Logan Potts, the 3 due up for the Lobos. France, slow turn, fires, and that'll be outside. So 2 balls, 1 strike. France at 96 pitches. Where the Lobos would like to get him is probably about 110. They can get him at 110 before this inning ends. Even if they don't take the lead, which this might do a part of it, that's hit deep to left field. That'll be off the fence on a hop. The best swing of the day provided by Mason Workin. And he now gives his team a much-needed jolt. That was a powerful blast off the left field fence. But the Lobos have been here before. They've had base runners on base. They've had them in scoring position with less than 2 outs. They got 1 hit. Now you got to get 2. But if you can get out of this inning, even if you don't take the lead or tie the game up, if you get France to 110, 113, that gives you an opportunity to set yourself up for a 7th inning. That'll be in there for a called strike. And the count will start here at 0-1. So no balls and a strike after the leadoff double by Workin. As LaMoure tries to get a big run. Hansen, man tasked with doing it. And he gets fooled out in front of the off-speed pitch, and it goes to 0-2. Both teams with 4 hits. Lobos with 3 errors in the game. I think it probably should be closer to 2. And it was one of those errors with a bit, let's keep the pitcher from an earned run, my opinion. This is hit high into shallow left field. Left fielder comes in. He'll make the catch for out number 1. So the fielding was a little bit of an issue for South Border in the win over Carrington. They made 4 errors, including 3 in 1 inning. Again, they haven't made any errors in this one. And this will bring up Logan Potts. Pitch here to Potts. That'll nearly get away from the catcher Koziak, but he makes a nice play to keep it in front of him. So 1 ball, no strikes. Went to 1 down. Pitch number 102 coming up here. In there for a called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. France looking to make it out of this inning with a chance to start the 7th and have his team still in front. Potts hits this one to short, picked up on a hop. Throw to first is a good one, but it's low and in the dirt, and it's scooped. What a pick by Martin when they needed it the most. He bails the shortstop out. with a beautiful pick. And that pick right there might have just saved this game in a way for the Mustangs that might not be realized now. That pick's not made. Runner gets the third base, and the runner probably gets the second as well. It also probably just saved France perhaps at least 8-10 pitches, which is the difference between him possibly finishing this and not. So after the leadoff double, the Lobos have not been able to do anything with it, and the count will start off here 0-1. France sitting at 104 pitches, now asking for the signs again. He takes a look back at the runner at second base, holding him on here, and gets his man out in front on the breaking ball. Sitting dead red fastball, got the breaker, and just flailing wildly at that one. So no balls, 2 strikes. France, you can get him out here, sits pretty to finish this game. Looks back the man at second. Slide step home. Ground ball over to short, charges in, throw in the dirt. Martin, does he scoop it? No, they say he didn't either beat it or the foot came off the bag, and umpire says that he just beat the throw. Ooh, I don't know on that one. Now it's runners at the corners and a big hustle single. Gonna keep this one alive. So this will bring up Seth Irie, and more importantly, unless you run yourself into an out here, that guarantees Colby and Gunnar get one more AB. Irie takes a big hack at that one. Can't get it. Count goes to 0-1. 107 pitches here for Berkeley, France. Again, the daily maximum is 120. France asking for the signals again. It comes set at the buckle. Deals that one low and outside. Not a ball Koziak can throw on, and that is a good pitch to run on, and the count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The tying run is at second. Seth Irie looking for the biggest hit of the season, potentially for the Lobos. The 1-1 pitch. Irie comes up empty. Now the count goes to 1-2, so they will get France to 110. Now it's all about, can they make him pay? The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Squeezed by Koziak. And Irie comes up empty, so it'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Lobos. They drive up France's pitch count to 110. Unlikely he finishes this game, potentially, but the Lobos have left the bases full of runners again. We'll be back here after this quick break. Keep it right here on the KDEC YouTube channel and over on 98.3 Thunder.
Not every load is the same, and that's why experience matters. At CCJ Trucking, based in North Dakota, they provide dependable hauling services across the U.S. and Canada. From heavy machinery and bulk liquids to grain and general freight, they move every load safely, efficiently, and on time. When you need reliable hauling without the hassle, trust the team at CCJ Trucking to get it done right. For dependable service, call Clay at 320-8927 or Phil at 605-216-6454. At County Line Ag, we value family, community, and a commitment to service. That's why we partner with Legend Seeds, a reliable seed and biological supplier that honors those same values. Backed by our personalized service and support, you can guarantee we have your best interest in mind. From all of us at County Line Ag, good luck to the LaMoure High School baseball players and coaches. Contact Jake Jordal at 320-2308 for your in-season needs and to put our name and Legend Seeds products to work on your operation.
Back we go, set to begin our top of the 7th inning. So this final inning brought to you by Flair Boutique and Coffee Shop. First pitch misses low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Colby Thilgis. It's 25 pitches now to try to finish off this regulation. Meanwhile, France will have 10. The Lobos have had their opportunities to get Colby off the hook for this loss, but they just leave base runner after base runner after base runner on. And France has been tiptoeing through the landmines. So Field just looks in at his target, gets one he likes. Kicks, fires. Ground ball, high hopper up the middle. Second baseman slides to get to it. Throw to first. Irie jumps but can't get it. Ball will roll off the dugout. Runner gets the second base. And it was a nice play made at second base. And Irie's trying to keep that foot on the bag so he didn't jump all the way for it. And they'll say it's an error. So that'll put a big, big, big run over at second base. And top of the order comes back around here with Blake Goebel. So both teams with 9-1-2 due up to start the inning. And Connor Strobel representing perhaps what could be a very, very, very important run. That one in there. And the count will be even up here at 1-1 strike. 1 strike. Runner at second. This is hit high into the air. Irie giving pursuit, and it looks like that's going to get out of play. And it'll move the count to 1-2. Yeah, Field just, again, talk about unproductive outs. Gets a strikeout here. Can play station to station. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they face Berkeley France here with 2 down, if they get these next 2 hitters, if they just don't put France on and pitch to Nitschke. So the batter will call timeout here. And here's the reason why you would throw up just the 4 signs and intentionally walk France, that you don't want to give them anything to hit. This will be a ground ball over to second. Fredenberg knocks it down, and the runners will have to hold up. So that'll go down as a hit. And even though Fredenberg doesn't record an out on that play, he does keep the runner over at second base with that effort. So now you are just a ground ball from getting out of this inning potentially. But what that does force you to do is pitch here to Berkeley France if you do sit down Koziak. And you'll have to pitch to France now, as that'll be a ball 4, or not a ball 4, but a hit by pitch. So hits him in the back. And now with 103 pitches, now they will go out for a mound visit. This timeout in the game brought to you by Dakota Central. Back here after this break here on 98.3 and over on the KDANK YouTube channel.
Hi, you got some weeds that need a whacking? This is the tool for you. You buy this kit and you can have a pull saw, brush cutter, or an edger for free. Also at LaMoure Hardware, we have a pair of batteries. You buy these batteries and you get a choice of one of these 8 tools for free.
So this mound visit trying to calm down Colby Field just sent. Here's the deal. You stick with the horse that got you here. This is the first mound visit for LaMoure in this game. Essentially, this is the ball game right here. You feel like you can get 2 runs off South Border, but 3, 4, 5? Well, you just might as well start preparing for the second game. If they get an out here, that's big time. Pitch here to Berkeley France, and he knows what he's swinging for. He knows that he probably doesn't have the best chance to finish this game, so he's trying to pretty much do it himself right now, swinging strike 1. So Field just taking his time, comes set, looks at the target, and just misses low. So the count will go to 1-1 strike. Most important batter of the season, potentially for LaMoure. France, though, not struck out yet today, and he's been making hard contact. Oh, they get him reaching out in front, and the infield fly will be called. Fredenberg loses track of it. 2 LaMoure players run into each other. It drops, but the out is recorded on the infield fly. Now the runner at third hasn't gotten back yet, but the out is recorded. So that is a big, big out right there. So 1 out. And now be Kolnitsky. That one in there. Nitschke gets started off with a strike, and the count will start here 0-1. No balls in a strike. More pinching in at the corners here. Good block there by Hansen on a low pitch, and the count goes to 1-1. Now 12 pitches left. Essentially, is you just want to get Colby to the second out, still shy of 120. That'll be a ground ball. Hansen, they call it foul. And it was fielded in foul territory. Southporter was going to erupt from the dugout if that play was allowed to stand, because that would have been about as easy of a 2-3 to double play as you would have had. But it is nothing more than a foul ball. A scary foul ball for Southporter. Sometimes you talk about scary foul balls and you talk about it for the defense. That was a scary foul ball for Southporter. So Colby Theologist will adjust his shoe here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nitschke just looking for a fly ball to the outfield. Give his team a big insurance run. Oh, but he swings and it's held on to by Hansen. Oh, you heard the little ting off the bat. But Hansen holds on to it. And so, this is it right here. This is, you got this batter right in front of you to give your team a chance. His bases loaded, nobody out. Deal just looking to work the tightrope. Ground ball up the middle. Fredenberg, it gets through, and 2 runs are going to come in to score. Oh, Fredenberg let the ball get under his glove. And that right there might have just won the Mustangs this game. So now put runners at second and first, and I guess the only bright spot is that Theologist, it took 1 pitch for it to happen, so he can still pitch to this batter, but Vetter will take a rip at that one. That's a ground ball you got to come up with. That is a ground ball you got to have. But Chase Martin put it in play, and Chase Martin, he has made several picks in this game, several defensive plays at first base that has bailed his team out. That'll be a swing right there on a check. And the count will go to 0-2, and he might have just put the biggest ball in play, and they're going to call it an error because, of course, we're in LaMoure. Now it's an error. Guarantee you, Rats, we wish it could probably be a hit. Well, Field just able to pump a strike by him, and now LaMoure's got it ahead of him. France has got 10 pitches left, but LaMoure's got a 4-run mountain to climb. We'll be back here after this break here on 98.3 Thunder and over on the KDAC YouTube channel.
Sometimes, finding your place doesn't happen all at once. It happens in moments. VCSU offers more than just an education. It offers a path forward, to grow, to lead, to thrive, to discover who you are. Valley City State University. Find your place.
Your first car. It may have been a fixer-upper, but you treated it right. It was your own. That's how Showplace Cabinetry approaches each crafted piece. We deliver it to you with care, because it's our own. Central City Lumber can help you choose the design of your dreams. Give them a test drive. This American-made cabinetry is adaptable to your unique style and built with pride. Every single piece is back for a lifetime. Bet you wish you had that deal on your car. Stop in at Central City Lumber of Carrington, and let's build a beautiful kitchen or bath that really turns heads.
So it is 9-1-2 due up. And it looks like Moore will be sending a pinch hitter to the plate as they look to try to find the rally. But it has just been, it looks like it might just come up a little short here. Easton Theologist set to come up. So 3 straight Theologists to take the first 3 ABs off Berkeley France. Again, France might not be able to get himself all the way through this inning with only 10 pitches to spare, but those 2 runs that came in more than make up for it. Best thing Easton Thilgis can do is work a 10-pitch AB to where he gets on base with a hit or a walk. Thilgis will take the first pitch for ball 1. Or strike 1, excuse me. So, no balls, 1 strike. France will miss the low, and the count goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 hits for the Mustangs, no errors, and 5 runs. 5 errors made by the Lobos in this game. Again, I think 2 or 3 of those need to be taken off the board and reassessed as hits, but that's neither here nor there at this point. The 2-1 pitch upcoming to Easton Thilgis. That one in there for a strike, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. South Porter holds on to win this game. We go to a winner go home, game 3. And that'll be fouled away. So the count stays even at 2-2. 5 pitches left here. And what has been a brilliant performance today here from France. Easton Thilgis hits this one on the ground. Going to be a long throw. Throw takes the first baseman up the line, and the Lobos get a man on. So it's the Lobos catching a bit of luck out there on the base path. Throw took the first baseman, Martin, up the line, and even if he caught that ball, the glove had drifted so far out of play that him, spinning around laying on a tag on Thilgis likely wouldn't have happened. So now a runner coming in for Thilgis. That'll be Barnick, so Barnick re-enters the game. So man on first base after the first Mustang error of the day. So France with 4 pitches, unless he sits down Gunnar quick, this is probably his last batter. Pickoff throw back to first base. Barnick back in time. So Gunnar Thilgis. Objective number 1, make France throw at least 4 pitches. Objective number 2, get on base. That is low, but called a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Again, this isn't saying South Porter's got nobody left besides France. It's not guaranteed you're going to get runs even if you get them off the mound, but you just make somebody else throw. Might be able to do something. France knocks it down, but he doesn't get it on his glove, and that is going to be a single off the glove of France. And now Gunnar Thilgis gets on base to set up Colby Thilgis. And the ball has pinballed around here in the infield. It has not left the infield, but the Lobos now with Colby Thilgis coming up. And France, only 2 pitches left. It's here to Colby, and he'll let that one go outside. So this will officially be the last batter for Berkeley France. Mustangs will have to bring in a new pitcher afterwards. France looks back to man at first base, but nobody's holding on. The Mustangs are showed bunt. That's going to move the count to 1-1. I don't know why you'd show bunt there. I also don't know why in the world the Mustangs are pinching in here. Again, it looks like the Mustangs are getting a bit tight. Not entirely confident in their 4-run lead. Colby takes a big rip at that one, but comes up empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the 1-2 pitch upcoming here. France looking to sit down the biggest threat in this Lobos lineup. France looks back to man at second. The pitch. Colby hits this 1-2 right center, and that's going to find the gap. The right fielder and the center fielder got confused, but the second runner at second base had the tag up. So it is bases loaded for the Lobos, and just right there, the second baseman or the runner at second base probably gave more credit to the fielders than the fielders gave themselves. So now the Lobos have the bases loaded, and that will officially end the day of Berkeley France as he hits the pitch limit. We'll be back here after this break. You're on 98.3 Thunder and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Looking to do business with a company that has vision? Choose James Valley Grain, a farmer-owned cooperative with a focus on growth, prosperity, and community. When you work with JVG, your profits stay local. With locations in Oaks, Verona, and Berlin, James Valley Grain is proud to be community and farmer-focused. Call 742-5200 today. That's 742-5200. Or look at our website at www.jamesvalleygrain.com. James Valley Grain, proud to be farmer-owned.
The Flair Boutique of New Rockford would like to wish the team good luck in today's game. The Flair Boutique and Coffee Shop has a new dirty soda menu. Try the Coconut Coast, Sunrise Dirty Dr. Pepper, or Strawberry Shortcake. Yum! Come see them from 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and some Saturdays. Find the Saturday schedule on Facebook. Try the new drinks and see their new spring-summer clothing collections. The Flair Boutique of New Rockford is located on Central Avenue in New Rockford. Go Rockets!
So a bit of a delayed pitching change there for South Border. It'll be Cole Nitschke coming in to pitch. Nitschke coming in to slam the door here on this Lobos rally. And I swear, if you see the Mustangs pinching in here, they don't deserve to hold on to the lead if they're going to pinch in again. Again, you're trading it out here for a run all day, and you're playing one out at a time. Again, the only way that this game gets tied is if you give up a home run. So you get a ground ball to second base, you need to be getting the out at second base. Again, focus on getting one out rather than trying. You don't worry about really cutting down the lead runner here. So you don't worry about getting the runner out at third or getting the runner out at home. You just get a runner out. As long as you don't allow another man to get on, they cannot win this game. So we saw in a very similar predicament where South Border pinched the infield in, and they're gonna play back at normal depth, it looks like, or at least that's what they're gonna show. And with Fredenberg up, don't know if you really got to worry about the bunt threat. You do have fast runner on in Varnick, but Nitschke's certainly a horse out there. Did throw a little bit against Valley City, so doesn't have a full 120, probably more. I think if I saw right, I think he had like 65 against Valley City or near it. So tournament limit is $135, so he's got 70 left, around 70 left, I would believe. Oh, South Border trying to hold on here. As it is, I believe, a straight swamp with France going to third. So Nitschke dealing here with bases loaded. And the first swing there by Fredenberg comes up empty. So I'll start off the count here at 0-1. No balls, one strike. Nobody away. Lobos trailing by 4, but the tying run is up at the plate. Next pitch here by Nitschke. That'll be fouled away. Count goes to 0-2. And this is a big AB here. Even for Nitschke, just even though the threat isn't entirely relieved, if you sit down this man, it certainly eases your concern a little bit. 0-2 pitch here to Fredenberg. And he hits a chopper back to the mound. They're going to go home, and the throw's in time. Throw to first, not in time. So bases stay loaded for Mason Workin. Working with the best swing of potentially anybody today in game 1 or game 2. He riffed the ball over the left fielder's head and banged it off on a hop. If we were to somehow find a little bit more launch angle and pull it a bit farther down the line, he might be able to send this crowd into a frenzy. So Workin coming up here. He was the hero yesterday against South Border. Now just trying to do his job today. 1 ball, no strikes. Bases loaded. Lobos have been agonizingly close to putting runners across home all day, but they've only done it once. That'll miss high, and it goes to 2-0. With 2 balls, no strikes. All LaMoure wants to do is just find a way to get that tying run on base. Just give them a chance with one big swing. Tie this game up. 2-0 pitch. That'll miss high for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes here. This might be a surprise moment where you do actually give a hitter a 3-0 green light. Ooh, that is a pitch that looked up, and it looked exactly in the same spot as the last one I got called a ball. Zone expands a little bit on a 3-0 count. So the 3-1 coming up here. Nitschke kicks, deals. That one off the plate, ball 4. So LaMoure plates a run, and the tying run now on base for Brady Hansen. So the tying run is at first base. The winning run will now be at the plate. Hansen looking to find a gap. Nitschke kicks, deals. Hansen takes up, ball 1. Remember we talked about how LaMoure was being no hit, but was leading against Valley City for the majority of the game, and I believe now they pinch runner, courtesy runner on the dugout, and that's what we are going to get. We're going to see a courtesy runner for working. So for Brady Hansen here. Now this caused a bit of a delay out there on the field, and don't know if that was gamesmanship by LaMoure to try to get Nitschke out of whatever rhythm he might try to find. 1-0 pitch upcoming here. Nitschke kicks, fires. That'll dot the outside corner for a called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hansen, the best result for him, put this ball in that right center gap on a line and let everybody run crazy. Takes a big hack at that one, but comes up empty, and the count goes to 1-2. Nitschke throws gas. Certainly not going to be an easy guy to barrel up. Logan Potts, the man on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nitschke comes set, delivers. Oh, buckled him with a front door breaking ball. And that is the biggest out of the ball game. Now, the actual biggest out. Waiting at the plate. The bottom of this order, going to have to produce some magic here. Logan Potts either has to empty the bats, or him, Joey Potts, and Seth Irie all have to get on base to tie this game. And he slows them down with the breaking ball again, so that'll start off the count 0-1. The Lobos have had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to strike, and they have wasted most of them. That'll miss low and outside, and the count goes to 1-1. The one thing Nitschke wants to avoid here is a 3-2 count, because that puts everybody in motion, and a ball that might only score 2 could possibly score 3. And it's a high chopper. Not going to be an easy one. The second base comes charging in. Flip to first in time, and the Mustangs take this first game in this championship round. So now it is winner take all here in about 30 to 45 minutes. South Border wins as they hold on for dear life and take this win in game 1, 5-2. Again, Lobos had their opportunity, but could not find a way to get that big hit they had been missing all game. So we now go to our game 2 of this championship round, with the winner going to state. Back here in a little bit, in about 30 minutes on 98.3 Thunder and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.